Hi, this is Dwayne Palka of Pal Katoonz. This is another PalkArt demonstration, and here we will be talking about Animated Gif. Now, Animated GIF is a way basically to make animation for the web out of, it's a single file, a GIF file that contains many pictures. So PalkArt makes it easy for you to do animated GIFs. The interesting thing about PalkArt is that it makes sequences of pictures very easily because it has version numbers for every picture that you put out. So after you make a sequence, then you can use the tool for animated GIF. So first of all, I'm going to get rid of the splash screen. And sometimes you'll notice when you bring up PalkArt that you don't see the pull-down menu here. Well, if that's true, there's a couple ways of doing it. Just go down and click on something like Erase Edge, and then it pops up. And then you can click it again. Or if you go up into the Apple menu and do System Preferences, go up to PalkArt and do Preferences, then you'll get it that way too as well. Okay, now Animated GIF is under the Tool menu, and I'm going to go and I'm going to click under the Tool menu. Now the reason why it's under the Tool menu because as opposed to being under the Export menu, see, there we go again. I'm going to just go here and hit Preferences so we can see that. Why it's not under the Export menu is because you're really not exporting it as an animated GIF. What you're doing is you're taking pictures that you've already saved on in a folder, and you're making an animated GIF out of that series of pictures. So some of the options that are available here. The first option, we have a delay, and the delay is this is the default values of the delay with the menu the dialog that pops up from the menu. And the first thing is a delay, and that delay is how many milliseconds between the pictures. So you're going to go out to disk. You're going to select a group of pictures. This is a set of pictures that we worked with on tutorial number 9, which is making a collage of pictures. Now, tutorial number 9, I'm just going to show you some of these. This is the folder itself, and we have 24 pictures in the folder. So I'm going to click on the first one and move through them so you can get an idea about what each of these look like. And notice that they're different sizes. Now, the important thing here is that, size is not important in that sense, but the aspect ratio is important. So if you want all the pictures to line up properly, they should be of the same aspect ratio. Of course, if you're saving things from PalkArt, then you would have a series of pictures that are usually the same width and the same height. So that really isn't a problem. But if you're taking a folder that's of a group of pictures that are unrelated to each other, that were not produced by PalkArt, which you can do, then you want to be sure that the aspect ratio is the same on all these. Otherwise, you get clipped. I mean, that's the only thing that will happen to it. It'll get clipped. But you may not like the way it gets clipped. So it's good to do that. Now, in terms of these pictures, well, this is the folder we're going to. And here we're trying to decide what we're going to be doing to those pictures. The first thing to do for the animated GIF is figure out how much time you want between each picture, and that time is the delay. So 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. So I find a pretty good delay is something like like 500, like half a second. Okay. Now the width, when you will go out to the dialog box that picks the pictures, the first picture that you picked is the one that it will choose in terms of size. So if you have a 0 in there, then it will use that information to resize all the other pictures to match the first one you choose. If you can put in a specific width here, and that specific width could be anything. I mean, could be like 1024 if you want the pictures to be. Usually that would be larger than what you have them out there, or you can make it even say 120 to make them very small, almost thumbnail animated GIF. Step is kind of interesting because it shows the direction that you normally want to go. Now, when you put these together, then you're usually stepping by one picture in a positive direction. Let me go back. I could take a look at this guy a little bit more. So therefore, if you're stepping one, and if you chose, say, picture number 13 is your first picture, then picture number 13, it would use, if the width is 0, then it would choose that to be the width of picture on picture number 13. You would use that to be the width of all the rest of the pictures, and it'll resize those for you. Now, if you say step 1, it will go through every one of these pictures, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, all the way up to picture number 30. So it goes from the picture you select to the end. Now, suppose that you had a step to be 2, then it would select picture number 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, and 29. So it would skip picture number 30 because it would just go down to the last picture that is a step by 2. Then again, you can actually step in a -1 direction. -1 direction, or you can skip over pictures like we did before with a -2 or -3 or whatever you want to do. Of course, if you step over, say, -200, it's only going to take the picture that you select, and that will be the only picture in there. But a minus direction, for the pictures that you choose, you would still choose 13 and go to 30. However, when it starts off making the animated GIF, it will start with 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, all the way up to 13. Now, hopefully that's not too complicated, but it gives you options. And one of the options is to just run it as it is. So let's just do that for the time being. I'm just going to run that as it is, but I'm also making the delay to be 30 to be half of a second. Okay, so I'm going to hit continue. And continue brings up this other dialog box. And in the dialog box, I'm going to go to my Heidi 24. I know where those pictures are, and I'm going to choose something like picture number 27. Okay, I'm going to choose picture number 27, and so I'm only going to get 4 pictures this time. I'm going to say open, and now it says please wait. Okay, so it tells you what it did. It basically created animated GIF using the name of the first picture that you chose. So it's called the animated GIF 27-Heidi@Halloween.gif, and it puts it in the same place where you chose the pictures. And then you could always move it to some other place if you wish. Now it says with the width of 882. That's because that was the width of the first picture. A delay of 500 milliseconds. That's what we asked for. A step 1 frame in a positive direction. And the rest we just took the default. And one of the defaults that's really relevant here is default of the repeat. So we had a repeat of 0, which means it's going to repeat infinitely. And it only took 4 pictures. So let's take a look at what we have. Here it is. It's Heidi at Halloween.gif. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it into Firefox, which is my browser. Okay, it shows up on the other screen, but here we are. So there's only 4 pictures in here, and it repeats itself. It repeats itself endlessly. Now I don't need this anymore. And so what I'm going to do is I want to do another animated GIF. Well, let's take a look at that one again. If I double click on that, I'm pulling up in preview. And in preview you can see that the animated GIF includes 4 pictures. It includes 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4. And you'll notice that they're all the same size. Now, let's try some of the other options here. So I'm going to go here on PalkArt, Preferences. I'm going to go under the Tool menu, and I'm going to choose Animated GIF. And remember the last settings that you had. If you didn't want to do that, you can always reset it, and it'll go back to the defaults. But let's go something a little bit smaller on the picture. On delay, I'm going to go to 400 this time. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a dissolve. And I'm going to set the width of the picture to be 320. Notice I have to hit enter on this for it to take, and I'll change color when it takes. I'm going to continue with the step 1. You can play with the steps if you wish. But I'm going to try doing a dissolve on this one. And, you know, a dissolve of 20 is kind of nice. So dissolve of 20. And it's gonna dissolve for 1 second. So we're actually adding 1 second onto the 400 milliseconds. This is between the pictures. So in other words, it's going to do a dissolve for a second, and then it's going to show the picture for 400 milliseconds, for a little less than half a second. And then it's going to do a dissolve to the next picture, and then it's going to show the next picture for 400 milliseconds. So let's do continue on this. And I'm going to get all the pictures this time. So I'm going to select picture number 6 and just go all the way to the end. Oh, it does take a little time to do this, so you have to be patient, but at least you have something to tell you it's doing something. Another interesting thing is if you're using a trial version of PalkArt, then this is fully functional in the trial version, because it, in a sense, is independent of PalkArt. You can choose pictures you made from other applications and put them into a folder and use and make a animation for the web using it. There it is. So we have, this time we have a width of 320, we have delay of 400 milliseconds, step 1 frame, dissolve of 20, and then 1 second for the dissolve, repeat of infinity, and 24 pictures. So let's go and we'll look at the first item in the folder now is the GIF file. So I'm going to take the GIF file here and I'm going to put it into my browser. So we have a smaller GIF this time, but it's going through all pictures, and you can see the fact it's doing a nice smooth dissolve between the pictures. And once it reaches the end of the pictures, the 24 pictures, it goes back to beginning. It goes right there. That's back to beginning again. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I especially hope that you enjoy Animated GIF. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.